Politics of the issues persisting in Manipur continue to create chaos and ruckus in both the houses of parliament. The opposition is demanding that the Prime Minister must issue a statement and come to parliament and hold a debate and discussion. The to and fro between the centre of the discussion on the issue still continues, but the centre says that they're ready for the discussion, but the opposition is the one that's running away. Meanwhile, the opposition remains fixated on the Prime Minister's presence in the parliament before they hold any sort of debate or discussion on Manipur. A lot of this political drama has unfolded today in the national capital as well. As quickly listen into what's happened, and then we try to take this conversation forward with the BJP, Congress, AAP and TMC.
मोदी सरकार ने ये निर्णय ले लिया है कि उन्हें मणिपुर के लोगों के साथ-साथ मणिपुर शब्द से नफरत है। इसीलिए अब पिछले 8 से 9 दिन से संसद में मणिपुर शब्द पर चर्चा होने का नाम ही नहीं लिया जा रहा।
मॉनसून का सत्र 20 जुलाई 2023 को शुरू हुआ था। आज 31 जुलाई 2023 है। 11 दिन हो गए। 11 दिन में किसी एक भी दिन अगर सरकार मणिपुर पे चर्चा करा लेती तो बाकी के वर्किंग डेज बच जाते और उसमें लेजिस्लेटिव काम हो जाता। हम भी चाहते हैं कि सदन चले।
पहले से हम तैयार थे, अभी लिस्ट भी हो गया है, अभी नाम भी लिस्ट आउट करके आज शुरू कर रहे हैं। अभी आने के लिए आप तैयार नहीं है। इससे मैं मीडिया के द्वारा भारत में हर नागरिक को ये जानकारी देना चाहती हूँ। विपक्ष अब तक जो मणिपुर के ऊपर क्रोकोडाइल टीयर्स शेड कर रहे थे, ये अभी स्पष्ट हो गया है। हाँ, क्रोकोडाइल टीयर्स ही थे वो।
All right. Very unfortunate what's happening in the parliament for the past many days, because I'm sure the people of India definitely want the parliamentarians to discuss Manipur. We're going to do something different. We're not going to do a to and fro between the spokespersons of the parties who we have with us. That means then begin first with Subhashini Yadav. Subhashini Yadav, I'll speak only to you right now and nobody else will intervene. What exactly have the people from the Congress who went as a delegation to Manipur, what is it that they saw?
So I would like to address this, as today the Supreme Court has made a strong remark against whatever the government is proceeding for Manipur incident. They have called it as the violence of unprecedented magnitude. That is what the Supreme Court has remarked this. And it is very unfortunate in this country where we see that this kind of violence is happening and our country's Prime Minister is busy looking after his boots, busy doing Man Ki Baat and not talking about Manipur. Who is doing Manipur Ki Baat? Our opposition delegation, the India, met the governor in Manipur. They raised their concern, they raised their empathy towards the people of Manipur, how Manipur has been burning. And they have asked and requested the governor. The governor herself has, shown her ease, how much she's in pain. He is so distressed about whatever is happening in Manipur.
Yes, Subhashini Yadav,
this is a simple demand.
So are we. I'd just like to understand from you. I'm sure the delegation that has come back has spoken to.
Our simple demand is like, who is taking the responsibility of what is happening in Manipur? Is it the Manipur government? Is it the central government? Or is it the opposition again who has to take the responsibility?
Okay, nobody's saying that the opposition has to take responsibility.
No, this is not my question to you. This is my question in this panel.
Okay, I'd just like to understand. My question to you was also very simple. What is it that they've seen on the ground? The Congress delegates who went, I'm sure they've come back.
They have seen children who are not fed.
Okay.
Starving children. No basic amenities for the women.
Okay.
In a state where women is driven naked on roads, there we see they don't get to access to a better sanitated toilets.
Okay.
They are pushed and they are, they are forced to live in refugee camps. The people who have their own land, who have their own roof, they have their own houses, they are forced to live in refugee camp. When are they going to be settled?
Okay.
Who is responsible for this?
Okay, that's a legitimate question. And I will take that to the
Mike,
BJP.
I would like to again raise this question over here. Since today, whatever happened in the parliament was very unfortunate and very extraordinary incident took place where the leader of opposition was asked to speak and the BJP people instigated and they created a ruckus in the house so that the leader of opposition, Kharge ji, cannot speak in the house. What kind of conduct is this happening? What kind of parliament is the BJP people running? Is this democracy?
Okay. We just want to understand, Subhashini Yadav, why exactly is the Manipur issue not being discussed in the parliament? Because there is ruckus every day. And if you say that the BJP are instigating you, I mean, we're not children, right? This is not school where someone says something to me and I get instigated. If I want to have a discussion, then...
Why was the leader of opposition not allowed to speak then?
From what we saw in the parliament today, the ruckus was from both sides.
The ruckus was, the ruckus was instigated by the BJP people. It was clear on the floor. You should again see it. The leader of opposition was not allowed to speak. Nevertheless, our simple demand is there should be a debate. The Prime Minister should come to the House, followed by a debate discussion. The PM should have a detailed statement in the House on what has happened in Manipur in the last 90 days. Okay. And he has completely kept silence on this matter. India wants this to happen under Rule 267.
Okay.
Which simply means in view of the seriousness of this matter.
Okay. Subhashini Yadav, before I move on to the other panelists, I'd just like to understand from you, how long will the opposition give primacy to the Prime Minister coming into parliament and speaking rather than discussing the Manipur matter, say with the Home Minister?
Discuss with who?
And with the Home Minister. With the Home Minister, right?
No, but at least it is not the Prime Minister's duty to come and address the situation of the country. Is Northeast not a part of India?
Absolutely. And we'll raise that to the BJP. But I want to understand from you, why can't this discussion also be had with the Home Minister?
Because the discussion the Parliament has initiated is under 176. Which means there will be no thereafter discussion or no opposition leaders will be allowed to speak. Generally, it is like nobody is allowed to vote in the House.
So the issue in the parliament is a technical one?
It should be under Rule 267. There should be an open discussion amongst the government and the opposition. The opposition has the right. They have seen the reality because these BJP and the governing party do not have any time to go in Manipur and visit the people and look at their miseries. Okay. They don't have any time. The Home Minister went, clicked few pictures, again he came back, and then what did happen in Manipur after that? What we saw. We saw on 4th May 2 naked women were paraded on road and no FIR was lodged.
Okay, all right. Absolutely. Pertinent questions. Let me now also bring in Juhi Biswas of the TMC. Juhi Biswas, what is it that members of your delegation who went to Manipur, what is it that they've seen?
Yes, 20 members of India alliances have visited Manipur. Our MP Sushmita Dev was also there. We want to say that the situation in Manipur is worsening day by day. The relief camps without any food, without any medical instruments or anything, which is a basic amenities that are lacking. I can see that what's happening in Manipur. You asked why we are not accepting the statement of Home Minister. Home Minister.
No. I'll come to that later, ma'am. We are just trying to understand from people who've now been to Manipur, what is it that they've seen? What are the urgent areas where they feel very urgent action is required? So when you tell me that, okay, there is a lack of food, there is a lack of basic toiletry amenities for people, that's valuable information.
Yes, and the women who are actually delivering babies over there, they don't have any basic bed sheets or towels or anything required for the delivery of a baby. So it is really a pathetic situation over there. We have seen that in Manipur, we need to shift those who are staying in the relief camp right now. Immediately, we have to shift them to their houses. And we have seen the convicted, the woman who are paraded nakedly there on the roads. One of them is not finding out the body of his brother and her father also. So it is very pathetic that the woman who had seen naked rapidly when they are doing this parade and all. But they had not only the survivor had not finding his finding her father and brother also, their bodies, they have been brutally murdered. This is the situation in Manipur. We
Okay.
need emergency army, or we need emergency. That is the emergency situation already. Why not army is taking care of Manipur? This
Okay,
is
so the
emergency
army needs
situation.
to
Why
be
the Prime Minister is not coming to the Parliament?
okay.
Why
So
he is not speaking a single statement? Why he is not giving a single statement in the Parliament? We opposition demanding that day after day. It's more than 90 days. The situation is not good. The situation even worsened before. I think it is worsening day by day. So
okay,
there
so
must
you
be
say
some
this is a
improvement.
situation getting worse day by day. People in relief camps are suffering majorly, and that's one aspect that requires urgent intervention. Also, the army needs to be given immediate powers to take control over the ground situation in Manipur. And thirdly, the Prime Minister needs to then definitely come to Parliament to have a discussion. All right, so that's the perspective of the TMC. Now, let me also bring in Nimi Rastogi of the Aam Aadmi Party. Nimi Rastogi, what is it that has been seen in Manipur on the ground?
See, those people who have from our party who have gone there, they kind of say that the reality is much worse than what they had imagined. It's first of all, people are afraid. People have completely lost trust. So there are whole kinds of misinformation also spreading. So it is very important to repose the trust and faith, and that only the ruling party, the government of India can do. And it becomes all the more imperative. In fact, if we insisted upon, it's about 50%. Now we insist upon, say, about 100% that it is the head of state, it's the head of the country who should address this problem and please overcome this stalemate, which is very unfortunate.
So, Nimi Rastogi, you say that the onus, of course, lies on the centre and at the same time on the state government as well. Both happen to be the BJP. But can India's politicians somewhere put out some sort of a united front to find solutions and help Manipur heal?
Absolutely. Manipur is an integral part, and it's a case in point. I mean, if no attention is given to Manipur, then what happens to the other state? Leave aside non-BJP ruled state. What happens to the other state ruled by the own the double engine ki sarkar? So where do we stand? Where people like us, like in Delhi, where we have conflict from the central government and the state? So it is very important, and we are all for it. Please come on board, take our advice, discuss the matter, and tell the people of the country that there is hope at the end of the tunnel. There is light. I mean, right now it is all looking very dark, very dismal.
Okay, all right. Then I'd also like to, do we have the BJP with us on the broadcast? Okay, then we'll wait for Rachika Agarwal to join us so that we can take those questions forward. But let me go back to Subhashini Yadav. Subhashini Yadav, same question to you. I'd just like to understand what is the appeal that has been made by your party MPs who were part of that delegation. What appeal has been made to local communities by them? Subhashini Yadav, if you can hear me.
Yeah, I was not able to unmute myself. Yes. Can you please repeat?
Yes, I'm asking what appeal has been made by the delegation MPs to the local communities in Manipur. I'm sure they spoke to leaders of the local communities.
India has extended their support to them. India is standing with them. India is in peace and harmony with them. We want peace in Manipur. The motive of Indian delegation who visited the 20 MPs, Rahul Gandhi ji, whosoever from opposition has visited Manipur, the core agenda of this visit is just to raise their support, just to stand for them and make sure that they attain whatever they want. Their livelihood should be returned back to them. They should have a peaceful life. Their work should be restored. Their education system, health facilities, everything. Internet services are barred from more than 100 days in Manipur. Can you imagine? They don't have, we are not able to see what exactly is happening. Our MPs have seen it and they are in immense sorrow to see whatever is happening in Manipur. Manipur is burning. It is the responsibility of the government to please not just blaze this fire, just to settle this down.
Okay.
And we've been just simply requesting the Prime Minister to address this issue. Why is he not coming to the Parliament? A. Why is he not addressing this to the nation? Does he again need another international conference to, come an international conference in front of him and somebody ask him a question? Does the Prime Minister in 9 years, has he even addressed a single press conference in India?
Okay. All right. Nimi Rastogi, I'd just like to understand from you, will we not see any discussion on Manipur in this session of Parliament if the Prime Minister doesn't come?
Devika, your guess is as good as mine. It's been 11 days and we've been crying hoarse because there are very important matters to be discussed. In fact, the whole thing is looking quite sinister because we have to fight tooth and nail the ordinance. Now, if they postpone it, we actually want a proper debate, pan-India on this unlawful, non-constitutional ordinance. And we all want the business to go as usual, and we are willing to cooperate in whichever way. But first of all, Prime Minister should come out of his shell and address it upfront.
Okay, and if he doesn't, then?
Then, of course, no confidence motion has already been admitted.
So that's our solution. That's what we're aiming for.
Desperate situation.
For there to be a no confidence motion, and once again the issue of Manipur gets sidelined. This all becomes again a political drama.
Not. It's just a desperate measure. That's it. I mean, we would be far too happy to not bring it up had it been normal behavior and normal response of the party in power.
Okay, all right. We have Rachika Agarwal of the BJP with us on the broadcast. Rachika Agarwal, you missed most of what your opponents had to say. But the first question that they raise is about the Prime Minister's presence in Parliament. Why is the Prime Minister not coming to Parliament to address the Manipur issue?
Devika, hi. Could you please repeat the question? I guess there was some issue with the audio. I couldn't hear you.
Yes, Rachika, Congress, Aam Aadmi Party, TMC, all of the opposition is asking, why is the Prime Minister not coming to Parliament to address the issue of Manipur?
See, Devika, very first day before the Parliament started, PM addressed the entire 140 crore people of India that Manipur, whatever happened in Manipur is a concern, and it cannot be ignored, and strict actions will be taken. And obviously, as you people have seen, there's a lot of arrests that already have been made. There are people, the teams have been made, Shanti Samiti has been made. Amit Shah ji, the Home Minister, he was there for 3 days. He worked on it. There are teams under retired Chief Justice from High Court. There are teams under Kuldeep Mishra ji. So a lot of work has already been made and it's in process. But why I fail to understand why opposition only wants the Prime Minister to address it in the Parliament. And moreover, from day one, Prahlad Joshi ji and Piyush Goyal ji, they've been saying that we are ready for a discussion. We want to have a discussion, and especially now when the opposition says that they've visited, that they've done a trip to Manipur, they've done their photo op, they've done a research, whatever they've done in Manipur, why didn't they come today and just did a discussion on it? We also wanted a detailed list of problems that they have seen there. Why were they not ready to do a discussion today? When there was a time set by Piyush Goyal ji in the morning itself at 2 o'clock, why did they not agree?
Yes, that's a question that all of us have been asking. Rachika Agarwal, I just want to understand from you. There is a delegation of members of Parliament who've gone to Manipur. They say that they've made a note of what are the urgent requirements on the ground. That there is a lot of problem in the relief camps and there is an urgent need to rehabilitate people. and provide them the basic and the best of abilities as possible in the current situation. The problem that we've been facing with Manipur for the past several months, and one can understand it's a security perspective as well, that a lot of information, there has not been a flow of clear information as far as the Manipur ground situation is concerned. What's really happening? We can't know because there are no internet services for a long time. We didn't know what was happening. So anybody who goes there and actually gets information of what's happening truly on the ground is very valuable. Will the BJP or has the BJP made an effort to reach out to the opposition delegation to ask them, okay, what is it that you saw and what is it that you propose that needs to be implemented?
Devika, not now. Even before these people went there, there were letters from Amit Shah ji to both the heads of the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha that we are ready to do a discussion. Please do not stall the parliament. Please come forward. We want to do a discussion. Let's at least start. Why do you want a statement from the Prime Minister in the very first go? First of all, they want to do a discussion under rule number 267, where in the rule number 267 it says that the Prime Minister is going to give you a statement in the very first in the very first go. It cannot happen in rule number 267 when we are ready to do a discussion. Let it start. Why do you want to have a clear cut? No, then we want a 2 days discussion, 3 days discussion. When it has been committed that once you start, even if you're not satisfied with the initial 2.5 hours discussion, we are going to stretch it. We are not going to run away from it. We want a solution because Manipur has been burning not now, not from these 60, 70 days. It has been burning from decades. It's a problem from decades that has been there, and whatever has been happening in the past, the BJP government, since the time BJP government is there, we are working on it, and a lot has improved. And especially since when Amit Shah ji was there, a lot of things have improved. There's not all that is happening. But my question with the opposition is, they want to talk about girls facing atrocities in Manipur. Why don't we just sit together and discuss about girls facing atrocities in Rajasthan, girls facing atrocities in Bengal, girls facing atrocities in Chhattisgarh? Are we ready to discuss all that as well?
You know, Rachika Agarwal, I was hoping that this conversation would not take this turn because, yes, we in the media, of course, discuss atrocities against women everywhere.
Devika,
and atrocities against women, unfortunately, atrocities against women only come up. Atrocities against women only come up when it suits political narratives of political parties, be it the BJP or be it the opposition. No, I'm sorry, no political party here has the ability to sit on the high horse and say that, listen, we talk about atrocities against women across the board and not just in opposition states. So I don't want to get into that. And the situation in Manipur is not simply about the 2 women who faced the crime of a sexual assault. There are also people, we've been saying, who've been persecuted on the streets, people who've been murdered on the streets. Their dead bodies have been lying and blood has been flowing. So that is also the issue. It's not just simply about the women. So let's not make it about that.
About issues. It is about issue of those 50 people killed in Bengal as well after the Panchayat elections.
And we discussed that.
BJP, there are left and Congress men were also killed.
That was discussed. It is the inability. It's the inability that was discussed at length.
They were repeatedly talking about the congressmen, the left men, and the BJP men being killed in Bengal. What has happened to that?
So what stops the BJP from raising this matter in the parliament? What stops the BJP from raising this matter in the parliament?
We want to discuss everything. They are not ready to.
Everybody here is saying that we are ready to discuss. Then why is no discussion happening?
They are not ready to letting the parliament move.
Everybody
when today there was a time
claims that we are ready to discuss. It's the other party that's not letting us move.
Not let it happen.
No, the problem is that everybody thinks that the Indian voter or the ordinary Indian is a fool who will fall for all of this. Every political party comes on TV channels and say, we are ready to have a discussion, the other side is not allowing. All of us can see what's happening in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. None of you have your members under control.
The opposition is not letting the parliament work. They are not ready to discuss. What is the reason that they are not ready to discuss these? Because they know whatever that has been happening in Manipur from decades, that would be discussed. Whatever is happening in Rajasthan, that would be discussed. Whatever is happening in other states, that is also going to come forward. They don't want to make a discussion on any of these issues.
So
they just want to stop the work of the parliament. There were 31 bills to be discussed on the very first day of the monsoon session. But since then, they've been creating a ruckus. Every time, whenever there is a parliament, that there is a session happening, either Pegasus or Rahul Gandhi's suspension or Rafale or Kisan bill, whatever, they have various topics, various issues where they don't want to let the parliament work, and they just want to waste the money of the taxpayers.
No, everybody is wasting. I'm sorry, I refuse to allow this. They are doing this and they are doing that. All of you are wasting the money of the taxpayers. So I don't think anybody, like I said, can sit on a high horse. Juhi Biswas, you've had your hand up for quite some time.
When we are ready to do a discussion, why are they not ready to do it?
Why don't you do it tomorrow?
They don't.
Do it tomorrow.
We are ready to do it every day. We are ready to every day.
No,
they are not ready to do it.
Please.
It was scheduled for today itself.
Juhi Biswas, I also have to give in to what the BJP is saying, because we see very clearly the proceedings of the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha and how the opposition is hell-bent on one demand, that the Prime Minister must come, the Prime Minister must come. Start the discussion without him. Why do you need him in Parliament? This is boiled down to a petty political mudslinging competition here, that till the time the Prime Minister doesn't come, we will not discuss an entire state in the country that is suffering. We will not let the people of India know what is it that you can do as an Indian today to help the state of Manipur, to make them, to help send out the relief material that is needed, to make appeals.
Let me say. Just want to say, if you go through the history, Pandit Nehru came and spoke in Rajya Sabha on serious subject. If we see Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, he also came and discussed in Rajya Sabha. Manmohan Singh ji, he also participated in the discussion of Rajya Sabha. And Rajiv Gandhi, who came and discussed about the Bofors in Rajya Sabha. So why not the Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji is coming to Rajya Sabha? Why
so this is basically about proving a point.
Giving the same statement.
I'm glad that you've raised these past historical examples. You've just proved my point.
We have the internet facility from last 3 months, but in Manipur you can see the internet is off from last 3 months. Why they are hiding Manipur? Amit Shah ji visited Manipur.
So that's what I'm saying. Why don't you have this discussion in the Parliament? Why don't you have this discussion in the Parliament?
Single word after his visit.
By raising, Juhi Biswas, by raising all of these historical examples of when the Prime Ministers came to the Parliament, you've basically just proven my point. This is a political one-upmanship game that is going on. Everybody is playing a game.
This is not political. This is a serious matter. This is a subject.
So why don't you debate it in his absence?
The whole country wants to know. Why
debate the matter in the Prime Minister's absence.
This is not a matter of sexual assault of 2 women. This is a matter of a civil war in Manipur.
Why will you not debate the matter?
Right track. Why he is hiding?
No, Juhi Biswas, what is this attitude that we will not even debate, nor will we allow any debate on the matter till the Prime Minister is in the Parliament?
I'm answering on your question. On 29th May, Amit Shah ji visited Manipur. 3 days he stayed there and he came back. Did he say a single word about Manipur? Why suddenly he will come to Parliament and say and take
On the one hand, you want him to speak.
All-party meeting.
Then if he doesn't speak, you have a problem. If he speaks, you have a problem.
Did he speak a single word about Manipur on that day in all-party meeting? No. So why suddenly Amit Shah ji is initiating this discussion. Why not?
What do you mean? Why is he suddenly initiating? Shouldn't everybody be happy that there is some progress as far as debate and discussion in Parliament is concerned?
The people of the country wants to know from Modi ji.
No, the people of the country want to know from everybody. I think it is important for our political parties to stop saying people of the country want to know through this and through that, because it seems that none of the political parties actually have an understanding of the pulse of the people.
No.
The people of India are frustrated. The people of India are unhappy with the fact that taxpayers' money is being used for the parliament to function on a daily basis, for it to be adjourned. Every 15 minutes there's an adjournment.
This is not the duty of the opposition. The government should initiate this discussion. This is the duty of the government to run the parliament, not the duty of the opposition. Opposition must raise question. Opposition should raise question. This is the question of the whole country. This is not the question of any opposition. Every single people of this country want to know the status of Manipur right now. Why not Parliament? Why not this PM coming to the Parliament? Why he is hiding? Why? Because he always do the man ki baat. तो आप कौन सी बात करना है आपको? Why is not coming to the Parliament and saying कि what this is the situation and we are discussing with the opposition, we'll take these measures. Why not? This is the question.
And what if the Home Minister does it? What if the Home Minister comes and tell you what the government is doing? Why is that a problem?
What is listen from the Home Minister? Home Minister stayed there 3 days. Did he give a single statement after his visit? No. Okay,
maybe he'll give it now. Maybe he'll give it now. Maybe he's ready. He's prepared with the statement now, and he wants to make it now.
No. Now this video goes viral. The whole world came to know about the situation of Manipur. That's why now he is initiating. Before that he visited, so it was his duty to tell to the country that what was going on in Manipur. Why he was hiding that?
Okay, let me give the last word to Nimi Rastogi. Nimi Rastogi, how does this sound logical to you? What is the logic in your demand? Because all of us are failing to understand.
So the lameness and the arrogance of BJP is evident by the logic that they are giving. And Devika, tell me one thing. Debates are debates and actions are actions. 95 days have passed. Why has it come to this impasse? You have the power, you have state machinery, you have resources. Why does the situation boils down to this? That there is a complete chaos. First, answer that. The nation also wants to know as to this situation ऐसी हुई क्यों? हम तो discuss कर लेंगे. We are very happy to discuss. But then,
Nimi Rastogi, your questions that you're raising are very pertinent. Very good questions. That ये situation ऐसी कैसे हुई? How did we allow Manipur, the law and order situation, to deteriorate so much? But when you say who will answer this question, in the parliament they will know. So let the parliament function.
So nobody is answering it. Today 67 notices were given by the MPs as to allow the debate, and they did not take cognizance of even one notice. That is their attitude. They don't want the discussion because the thing has boiled down to this international, it is looking so ugly on every front. ऐसा हुआ क्यों? आप हर बार opposition की मर्जी पूछते हैं. Do you take permission from the opposition each time? Do you wait for a political debate to start each time? आप मनमानी करते हैं. Every time you have your own say, and now for Manipur, you want opposition to give you full cooperation. Fine, we are here, but at least open your mouth.
Okay, I believe. Unfortunately for the people of India, Manipur has been reduced now to a political one-upmanship matter. Every party claims that they're ready to have a conversation, yet when they come to parliament, literally nobody has the conversation. Nobody discusses anything related to Manipur. Even today, outside the parliament, when the opposition MPs came out for their press conference, their focus was on the fact that the Prime Minister is not there. Where is the Prime Minister? We were hoping that at least some of them would have spoken about what is it that they saw in Manipur. What is the urgent requirement? What is the appeal that they make to the people of Manipur, to the communities of Manipur, to the people who've had to flee their homes, to the people of India? that listen, this is what you can do to help the situation in Manipur. None of that happened. Hopefully, good sense will prevail, and in the coming few days, we'll see a solution-driven discussion take place in the parliament as far as Manipur is concerned. That is our hope as the people of India, and that is our expectation as the people of India from our parliamentarians.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.